Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures continued, issue number 23 from IDW. In this issue, we have the return of Dirk Savage, Mutant Hunter, and Donnie becomes a secret agent man, or a secret agent turtle, I should say. So we start off in the middle of things, where we have Donnie facing the big bad of this issue, Dr. Bro. That's his name, and it's awesome. So Dr. Bro is actually comic book original. He's not in the cartoon series, but he fits perfectly. He seems like someone that would have been in the cartoon series. So I'm totally cool with this. I kind of complained in previous issues about how I was getting a little bit tired of them just reusing the same villains over and over and over again when there's a bunch of them that they could be using. But I'm also okay with them creating their own, as long as if it still kind of fits that whole Saturday morning adventures kind of vibe. And Dr. Bro totally does. So Dr. Bro's mission is that he wants to destroy beaches for whatever reason. He's just tired of beaches and he wants to destroy them, which you would think that he would want to, surf them since he's a Dr. Bro. But no. So Donnie, who is in a tuxedo, uses this goo gun to shoot at this contraption that's controlling their little UFO. But then Dr. Bro has a flashlight on his bucket cap that he shoots Donatello off. And Donatello's basically like, how on earth did I get myself into this? And then we cut back to how he got into the situation, how he became a secret agent. And basically he was just going to grab some cough drops for his brothers because his brothers are sick. And when he steps out, he meets Dirk Savage. Dirk Savage is from the cartoon series. I think he's only in one episode as far as I remember, which is funny because I remember that episode as being the only time that Razor and Toka from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, the live action movie, that's the only time they ever appear in the cartoon. In the 1980s cartoon was in the episode with Dirk Savage. And Dirk Savage is basically a mutant hunter. He goes around, he hunts mutants because he thinks they're evil. But then eventually he realizes that they're not evil and they're just regular people. And some of them are bad, but some of them are good. And that you can't judge all of them just by their race. That was kind of like the lesson of the cartoon. Now he's come here because he needs help. And so he activates this boomerang beam that teleports them into the secret base. And Dirk Savage now works with D.U.D.E, D-U-D-E. And D.U.D.E stands for Daring Undercover Department of Espionage. And they are going against this evil villain group called GIVE, Global Institute of Violence and Evil. So D.U.D.E and GIVE. But Dirk basically says that, hey, GIVE is targeting a bunch of areas in North America. And there's no way that we can go after them all at once. So we are kind of stretched thin. If we go after Dr. Bro, then New York will get bombed, for example. But then if we go and stop the bomb in New York, then Dr. Bro is going to go cause trouble somewhere else. So we need your help. While we go and handle all the other cities, we want you to go after Dr. Bro. And Donnie's like, all right, fine. I guess I can do that. So he gets a jetpack. He gets spy gadgets. And he goes and infiltrates Dr. Bro's base, which is basically just a warehouse with 4 mutant guards who are playing cards. And we just have Donnie beating them with the goo gun. And then eventually Dr. Bro reveals that it's too late. We have liftoff, and then we see the UFO disc thing that we saw in the very first page flying up into the sky. And that's where we cut back to the present day. And since this comic has been out for a while, I'm just going to spoil everything. So Donnie is falling through the sky, and that's when Michelangelo grabs him. And Donnie's like, how did you know that I was in trouble? And his bros basically say, you left your turtles comm on the entire time, so we heard everything. And even though we're sick, it's just a cold, just like a cough. We can gather up our strength enough to help you save the day. And so they zipline back to the UFO where they start trying to fight against Dr. Bro. And basically they just knock his hat off, and it shoots at one of the UFO engines and blows it up. And Donnie is trying to guide this thing into the water because it's going to crash. And he's like, well, better it crash in the water than crashing in the city where it could crush a bunch of people. So the rest of his bros take Dr. Bro and make their escape while Donnie stays on the UFO and is trying to get it to crash into the water. And he has to do it the old-fashioned way by just basically kicking at the engines until eventually it sends it off course into the water. And the day is saved. And Dirk Savage is like, you saved my bacon twice. How about we make this a regular thing? Why don't you join D.U.D.E full time? And Donatello is like, nah, I think I'm good. I think I prefer working with my own team. But if you ever need any help, feel free to call me. And turns out that Donnie is sick from being in the water for too long. And that's how the issue ends. And then it looks like in the next issue, we're going to return back to Krang. And we're getting the Nega Turtles. But yeah, I thought this was kind of fun. This is just another filler issue, which I've already talked about before. I feel like this series needs to pace its issues a bit better. Rather than having an arc being interrupted by filler, have your arc, then you can have some filler, then have another arc, finish that arc, then have some more filler, and then another arc, and then you can have some more filler. Rather than having an ongoing arc with filler in between, because then it's just like the whole situation between Krang and Hob working together, and Shredder and I think it was Rocksteady being trapped in 2 dimensions. Like, that story has been going on for multiple issues now, but we've never seen the conclusion to it yet because we keep having fillers being interrupting that arc. And so I think it would be better if you just do your arcs, finish your arcs, then you can do your filler episodes, or I say filler, but one-shot episodes. You can do your one-shot issues, and then you can do another arc, finish that, then do more one-shot issues. Because I'm not opposed to the one-shot issues. One-shot issues are fine. I just don't want them to be interrupting an ongoing arc. But yeah, this was kind of fun. I like the fact that we have some new characters, so we're not using the same old characters that this comic series have been using. We get the return of Dirk Savage, which is cool. We get a new villain created specifically for this comic called Dr. Bro. And Dr. Bro, like I said before, he fits in with the whole Saturday morning theme. I want to see more stuff like this. Just more wacky, crazy adventures and bringing back characters from the cartoons, but characters that we haven't seen already. Like, you don't have to do Oog again, because we've done them enough times. So do stuff like this, like, or Tempestra. We've already seen Tempestra multiple times. Show characters that we haven't seen before since the cartoons, or just create your own. But yeah, kind of rambling at this point. This was fun. I liked it. There you go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 23 from IDW. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.